Hello lovelies, how are you all doing? How are you today? I hope you're well. I'm going to bring my scrap spin up. I'll just tell you briefly, it's midnight. And I just thought I'd show you a bit of a different video that's kind of very typical of my day. Oh, botherations. It's very typical of my day, but it's not something I don't film it. I sometimes sort of mention it on my Facebook page. I might mention what I'm up to at midnight, but I don't normally film it. So tonight, this is very, very typical. I've had a crazy busy day. My day started at 7 with me getting up. I don't do anything between 7 and 8 in terms of communicating with the outside world. I don't go online, I don't get on my computer. By the way, I'm going to be doing a lot of chopping because I'm doing tomato preservation. So excuse my head being down, but yeah. So get up at 7, ignore the entire universe because frankly 7 o'clock is a disgusting time of day. For me anyway. And then at about 8 o'clock I will open the computer and start to think about, answering comments that have come in from, if it's the previous day's video or might be a video from a couple of days ago, but answer comments, answer my emails. And my emails, they're often to do with other things than, my kind of like public life. All sorts of stuff. Things like, oh, did I order a book at midnight last night? Oops, my bad. Get all the emails done, and then I go onto my Facebook page, and generally, most days to start the day, I will put a picture on Facebook to start the day, trying to kind of share some positive stuff. So normally it'll be a picture of the garden or maybe something I've been harvesting, a picture of the cats. Gotta love those cats, those pesky cats. Oh my goodness, look at the time. Those pesky cats who queue up and wait for me, and then when I turn up, I'm sure they're actually growling at me for turning up late, whatever. So yeah, do all me social media stuff. Oh, listen to me, little social media miss. It's weird. It's not something I thought I'd end up doing in life. Because I'm not very, I just cut Gary in half. Do you remember this one from harvesting the other day? It's a Gary's Gorgiosity. I've just cut you in half, Gary. I'm so sorry. Cutting your nose off. It is his nose, it's not something else. Cheeky. Yeah, who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk this social media thing would be me? The person who didn't even have a computer until 10 years ago. I wasn't online. The only reason I did all the whole kind of buying a computer and getting online was because I'd gone back to uni to do my nursing degree and everything was online, so I had no choice. So yeah, it's a useful tool for me. There's a bit of income involved, great. The income involved does not represent the hours worked, but never mind. I actually really enjoy it. And let's face it, if I hadn't been doing all the social media that I've done in the last couple of years, I would never have met Richard and Paul, for example. And you know, so many other friends made. I've got some really good friends in Canada and America that I've made purely through social media. I would never class someone as a really good friend until I've met them in person, but with a couple of these women, I have. And it's like, you know what, trust your instincts. I trusted my instincts. My instincts were right. They're both really amazing, fabulous women. So yeah, that's how the day starts. A couple of hours of social media from 8 until about 10. And then the rest of the day, I sort of have a maybe sort of 10 till 4 day if it's the garden. If it's a garden day, 10 till 4, generally there'll be a video out of it, so that when I come home at 4, I then spend a couple of hours on the computer editing, getting that video footage ready to go out. If it's a garden day where I haven't filmed, I'll come home at 4, I'll get on with other stuff. I might start doing some sewing or just some fabric cutting, whatever it is. But then at this time of year, I mean, I don't know if I mentioned it the other day, but the bottom line is that when you're self-sufficient, literally every waking minute of the day is important. It's work of some sort or other. It's not necessarily work to pay. It's not necessarily something that's going to generate income. But a lot of it, most of it, in fact, is about food. I spend the vast majority of my waking hours either growing or preserving food. So, for example, this evening I am getting ready to do batches this would be number 3 and 4. We're getting on for midnight. These will be done about 2 in the morning. I've got another batch to do, so I could either stay up from 2 till 4 to do another batch, or say, do you know what, that's enough, leave the next batch until tomorrow. The problem, I'm just going to dip my fingers, the problem with leaving the next batch until tomorrow is that I've already got loads and loads of stuff scheduled for tomorrow. Yes, so it's always the toss-up, the dilemma, Right, let me get out the previous batches. So, should I tip you down a bit so you can see what I'm doing? Let me tip you down a bit. There we go. Sorry, that was a bit sharp and sudden, wasn't it? So, spatula. Right, I'm going to get out, take my glasses off because they will steam ridiculously. Ooh, are you getting the steam? Let me waft it away from you. This is a batch I put in. So this is the roast tomato pasta sauce from Richard and Paul. I'm just going to leave the garlic on the top. I'm going to put this tray over here for now because I'm going to use it straight away again. This is, like I say, it's Richard and Paul's recipe, but it came from, I think it's a Richard's friend, Nina. Isn't that gorgeous? I've got to say, the smell is driving me nuts because this is very typical for me. I haven't actually eaten anything today. That's not because of some stupid, I'm just going to tip you back up. There we go. Sorry, I'm kind of manhandling you, or should I say woman-handling you a bit. Yeah, I haven't not eaten because I'm on some stupid diet. It's purely, I'm just going to put a bit of oil on both of these because they're going straight back in. The thing is, whilst the oven is hot and on, I want to whack these through because I don't put my oven on very much. yeah, the thing about the food is, no, I'm not dieting. Whatevs. I don't do all that stuff. I generally, for a long time, have enjoyed a fasting day. So it makes sense to me, if I'm going to fast, do it on one of my busy days. And today has been a super duper busy day. So in go tomatoes, onions, garlic, also a magic ingredient out of the freezer. I can get it open. It's the last of last year's peppers. So actually I could have used these up way before now, but I do get that moment each year where I'm paranoid that things are going to run out, so I stop using things. And the peppers are the thing that I have the least of. That was orange bell, sweet bell pepper. This is Dulong de Lond, half and half. Yeah, so I stop using things because I suddenly get a bit paranoid that they're going to run out. Which is, oh, my loofah came out with the cloth. Which is daft, I should just use them. One of the reasons for using them tonight is because I'm lacking in freezer space. I've done so many, oh no, wrong thing. I've done so many tomatoes already. A little bit of rock salt, a little bit of pepper. Get your pepper twist on, ton of herbs. Fabo. Yeah, I do get, it's not that I get paranoid as such, I just get a bit careful. When we get to, look, each year, when I get to about November, December, I've got a good idea of what my harvests are. I've got a good idea of how much yum I've got in store to last me through the winter and the spring. Then comes spring, and I start planting. Obviously, you know, full of hope and, yeah, full of hope. And then there always comes a moment in the late spring, about May, June, where I've got a few reserves from last year still. And I think, oh, I better hang on to them just in case of a total disaster. Fortunately, I've never had a total disaster, and hopefully I never will. Hopefully there's always going to be something that comes good. The beans have been rubbish this year, of course, but between squash, tomatoes and onions, I usually do okay. Anyway, what I was trying to say is I've hung on to these peppers way longer than I needed to. So yeah, whack them in. Free up the freezer space, because all this sauce I'm making now tonight, it's all going to go in the freezer. I'm not bottling. There's no more bottling for me because I'm out of bottles. Right, good. And what I'll do, let me just get these both in the oven. Take the glasses off again, otherwise I'm going to steam up ridiculously. Doesn't that look gorgeous though? Oh, don't want to tip it all over the floor. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. The smell is driving me slightly insane. Get one in. Oh, do you know what I didn't do? Quick, let's have you back out again. Quick, shut the door, keep the heat in. The best bit. I love my olive oil. You know, I know a lot of people are scared of fat. The thing about olive oil is it's a monounsaturated fat. I'm trying to remember. I'm so tired. We're now 2 minutes to midnight. I'm beyond tired. The point is, our bodies need oil. Our brains need oil. They need fat. So if you're going to have fat, which you should be having, go for something gorgeous like olive oil, rather than your like really heavy, hoopla, get in there, go on, get in, rather than your dense saturated fats such as you would get from, say, hard cheese. That's another of my weaknesses. Right, just going to set my timer 45 minutes. I want to swap my 2 trays over. Hang on a sec, let me concentrate. 45. So 1:45, I'm going to swap these 2 trays over. My oven's not great. It's not a great oven. It's one of the reasons I just stopped baking. Part of the issue is that when the temperature drops to bring itself back up to temperature, it turns its internal grill on, which then burns everything. But anyway, yeah, I'll put that on because they're going to be in for an hour and a half. So I've set it for 45 minutes. At 45 minutes, the 2 trays can swap. Make sure they've both had a good cook. Sorry, what I was about to say about these, I've now got 2 bowls of beautifully roasted. The smell is ridiculous. What I will do is, at the moment it's all quite lumpy bumpy, and I like you know, if you've watched any of my soup videos, I like a more kind of pureed, creamy, what have you. So what I'm planning to do is I'm going to puree one of them, then add it to the not pureed one, combine it so that there's still texture in there, there's still a bit of bite, what have you, but it's going to have a creaminess to it. So, yes. Now the other thing today, I'm going to share this with you. I really then need to start having a bit of a, see, that's the other thing, isn't it? Cleaning up the kitchen. So these 2 trays are going to come out about 1:30, 1:45. I might not blend them tonight. I might leave them in bowls to cool and blend them first thing in the morning. But I've got a ton of stuff to wash up. Blah, blah, blah. Same every day. I was mentioning the other day that you all know I'm very frugal. I'm very careful with my money. But I do like a treat because I think, you know, this kind of life, it's hard work. It is long, long, long hours. The work itself is really rewarding in terms of getting my own food, being my own boss, being on my own schedule. All of that is really rewarding. But there are times when, in all honesty, it kind of feels like all work and no play. So I do try to allow myself a couple of quid each week for a treat. As previously mentioned, quite often that's a book, sometimes it's a piece of cheese. Today, going in my fridge now, oh la la, oh my bones. I mean, I've been on my feet all day. I'm done in. My knees are really cross with me yet again. But I was on my way home from one particular errand and I walked past a shop and I thought, stuff it. I've got £2.40 in my purse. I know exactly how much I've got in my purse. So I went into a shop and I bought this. £2. That's my treat. So, you know what, I'm not even going to pour it into a glass. I'm just going to say, cheers everyone. That's so nice. Oh, that's been a while. That's really nice. Sorry, how rude of me. I don't have enough to share. Would you all like one? I'm sorry, I can't give you all one. Maybe just one little sip. Right, okay, so it's just a quickie. I just thought you would be interested. Some of you would be interested. Some of you may think, oh, shut up, Vivi, go to bed. Whatever, I don't know. But this is the truth of the self-reliant life at the very, very end of September, beginning of October. You know, the other thing is the tomatoes. I am so grateful. I've had the most amazing harvest this year. Really beautiful. No blight, no sign of blight, because of course we've been in drought all summer. In previous years, gosh, I would have been taking down my tomatoes at the end of August and burning them because of blight. I've had all of September and we're now going into October and they show no signs of stopping. So I'm truly, truly grateful for that. But on the other hand, I'm thinking, no, I don't want another midnight of either, excuse me, of either bottling these things and skinning them, or I'm done with tomatoes now. As we go through the winter and I start using them, I will be really glad of the harvest. I'll be glad of the efforts put in to preserve them. We will get to about, I don't know, maybe April next year, and I will be fantasising about eating a fresh one. Oh, that first fresh one each year. They're so precious, aren't they? Precious, precious little orbs of loveliness. I would eat this right now, except I'm not going to, because I'm going to do something with it later on at 2 a.m. or whatever. But yeah, they're a precious harvest for me. I use them in all my cooking, nearly all my cooking. So yeah, I am thoroughly, utterly fed up of doing tomatoes at midnight and beyond. I am so sick of it. But it's the same every year. Every year it happens. I'm in this same situation, and every year I say to myself, oh God, this is boring, this is hideous, it's horrible. And then a couple of months later, as I open a bottle or take a portion out of the freezer to cook with, I think, oh, what a great summer. I'm so glad we had such a great summer. I'm so glad I spent that time preserving. Oh, wasn't I a genius for staying up late to do it? It's great. I love them. We've got a lot of rain coming in the next sort of 2 weeks. And I'm thinking that with all that rain, I might get blight, which would be a real shame. Oh, that's the other thing, just to say very quickly, I am going to go in a second. I've still got tons and tons and tons of green tomatoes. So, I don't know, I think I'm more likely to get a frost night than I am to get blight at the moment. So what I will do is, all the ones that are green, I'll harvest them all. I'm going to give them a couple of weeks more. I mean, middle of October, that's crazy for outdoor tomatoes. But I'll give them a couple of weeks more, see where they get to. Then I'll harvest the lot, and I don't know where to put them. The shed is full, my house is full, but I'll bring them somewhere. I'll lay them all out on trays or newspaper on the floor, whatever it is. Give them a chance to ripen. Some will ripen. Those that ripen, I'll make more sauce, or I'll put more in the freezer, or whatever it is. But any that don't and stay green, I'm going to try green tomato curry for the first time this year. Please don't anybody suggest green tomato chutney. I can't stand chutney. Chutney sounds like choc on my knee. Yeah, no chutney for me. But yeah, if I end up doing that, I will I'll share it with you. I'll bring you along for that. Right. Night night, everyone. It's way overdue your bedtime. Go and tuck yourselves up. Have sweet dreams. Dream of the smell. Dream of the smell in my kitchen. I'll see you all again really soon. Hopefully in the garden again. Yeah, in the garden again. Harvesting tomatoes. Who'd have thunk it? Anyway, thank you so much everybody for hanging out with me in the kitchen tonight. It's always so much better when there's someone here for a bit of company, because it can get lonely after midnight. Oh, you know. Anyway, yes, so see you all soon. Please look after yourselves, look after each other, look after your tomatoes. Just enjoy this time while it lasts, and then when it's finished, be thankful. We'll have a week off in November. I think we'll have earned it by then, won't we? Alright, gorgeosities. See you soon.